Wow. Shalom, everybody. Once again, we done did a mic muted session, however you want to call it. But shalom, everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. All praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua for another end of the week Sabbath class. Appreciate everybody tuning in. But nonetheless, tonight's class is going to be taught by the mighty brother A.O.I. So we're going to pass the reins off to my brother. And it's on you, King.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, as always, we don't care how many times we got to repeat ourselves. We don't care how many times we got to come back out and do a lesson again. However many times it takes for our people to get the message. So we are here to wake our people up. Any kind of way the Most High blessed us to be able to do it, we are here to do it.
That's right.
Because we are sick and tired. We are disgusted at the condition of our people. And the more knowledge that we come into, the more knowledge that the Most High blessed us with, we understand that knowledge is not just for us alone, that knowledge for all the nation of Israel, all of our people who we watching out here, watching suffering, and who don't understand why they're going through the things that they're going through. But that knowledge is for us to give freely to our brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, as we wish that it had been brought to deliver to us when we was in our youth.
That's right.
We sick of it, and we disgusted at it, and we mad about it. We want to do better as a nation of people, and we don't want anybody out there that can help our people to hold back in doing that. It's time for us to grow up as a nation. So it's time for us to go ahead and do what the Most High has commanded us to do, that He gave His Spirit, put His Spirit in us to do it. So we've been taught all kinds of falsehoods and fallacies as growing up in this wicked, evil kingdom that we reside in today. And because we sit living over here, we feel like we got some kind of affinity, we got some kind of love for this place. But we are in a prison, and we don't care how this prison got to be destroyed. You want the gates to be open, and we're gonna open these gates spiritually the way the Most High told us to do. We not gonna pick up no arms physically and try to march on those city and do nothing nobody. But what we will do is open up these scriptures that the Most High told us to open up, and we're gonna study and do whatever we got to do with the spirit that the Most High gave us, with this eye of Israelites from the perspective of being an Israelite, and read these scriptures with a new understanding as an Israelite, so we can get some understanding finally.
That's right.
Now, what we've been taught as children growing up, what this nation has taught us, I've been teaching our brothers and sisters coming up. It taught us that we can do whatever we want to do, and we can still be a man and a woman. That's what this class is going into. Every thug needs a lady, but actually every thug got a lady. And we're going to go into these scriptures to break that down, to show our people the mistakes we've been making and how foolish we've been living. Every thug got a lady. So what do they teach us about being a man over here in the United States? What do they teach us about being a man? I asked my father that question when I was probably 15 years old. And I knew he was going to give me a great answer and help me and give me some understanding. And I was going to finally start seeing things for what it really truly is. Dad talked to me. So I said, Dad, tell me, what is a man? Given to a lot of our people over here in this evil, wicked country. And then that answer right there has got our people destroyed. Because I wasn't the only one to hear that answer. And it wasn't just for me alone. The answer was you got to be able to pay your own bills and take care of yourself and stand up on your own 2 feet and not to have to ask nobody for nothing. And that's a man. And I guess he thought he felt like he did a good job because he didn't add no more to it. But I was puzzled. I knew something was wrong with that. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But coming into the knowledge and truth of these scriptures, now I know what the real answer is. And y'all out there, the nation of Israel, need to know what that same answer is. That's not what it takes to be a man. If that's what it takes to be a man, then all these bulldykes running around out here with our sisters, all these sisters out here who got these bulldykes for boyfriends, all our beautiful sisters out here who running with bulldykes, I guess all our beautiful sisters got real men then in that case. Because all them bulldykes are doing just what my dad said a man supposed to do. So now I suppose all them bulldykes are actual real men, and our sisters did good by getting them in, by that logic. They making money. They got jobs. They standing on their own 2 feet, looks like. They ain't asking nobody for nothing. So by that definition that I was given, those are men. And then a lot of them tell you, well, they don't even need them between their legs.
Wow. Bring it out.
Because they got a job, they got money. And if they did need something between their legs, they can go down and buy something between their legs. A scrap on, as they call it. And I know there's one of them kind of classes. Yeah, it is. But we need to go there. They go get them a scrap on if that's what it really takes for them. Then they're really a man. But what my thing is, well, what if they sold out that day? Now what you gonna do? But they got a job, they got money, and they supposed to be respected as men. Can anybody pull up the new definition? We don't have to get it immediately, but somebody pull up the new definition for a man and pull up the new definition for a woman. We can get that whenever you get it, bring that out. The new definition for a man and the new definition for a woman. And we're going to look at the evilness and the wickedness of this satanic place we living in. So we're going to start off as we are. We're starting off with the women. No, excuse me, slacking for that. We're going to start off with the men. We was told, we're going to start with that. We was told that a man is somebody who makes money, who takes care of himself. And people are going around out there now saying you can take care of your family, then that's a man. But what did the Most High say a man is supposed to be doing in order to be a man? What did the Most High say a woman's supposed to be doing to become a woman? Those things are never talked about. And that's what the problem comes in at. We try to bring the truth of these scriptures to our people, but they caught up in they are already a man, they're a woman, they were born that way, whatever the case may be. The pastors ain't telling them no different. It's hard to get through to our people. So we already know what society say a man is. Somebody who is taking care of themselves, ain't asking nobody for nothing, making money. And if you're not doing those things, you're not going to be respected as a man in this place, in this country, in this nation. If your money is a little shorter than the next man's money, then you're that much less of a man, according to this society. The reason why people don't mind doing anything and everything to make a buck. The reason they don't care, because they're doing whatever it takes to be that man. So now we know that definition of a man is false. We know that doesn't hold no water, that's full of holes. Anybody could be a man in that case. Anybody could be a man. A woman could be a man. A A robot could be a man, a cyborg or something. Maybe a computer program could be a man. Anything could be a man. In the cartoons, they got animals being men. They go get jobs and marry and go with women. I guess they men. They good men in that case. So we know that definition has no validity in for a righteous, repentant Israelite who's doing everything that he can to come back to keep the commandments of the Most High. That definition is shot full of holes. Something is terribly wrong with that definition. So now let's ask the second question, part of the question. What does society teach that a woman is? Does anybody know the answer to that? What does society teach? And I'm talking to y'all out there who watching this. What does society teach that a woman is? What makes a woman? Well, according to society, and that's what we here to dismantle and destroy the definition that society put out there for our people to live by. According to society, a woman is somebody who then been tampered with to find a good way of saying it, without being too derogatory or whatever. A woman, any female who then been tampered with according to society is a woman according to society. You've been hearing it your whole life, and ain't nobody ever disputed what they were saying. The song came out a few years ago, "Tonight is the night that you make me a woman." I'm finna sneak around when my mama go to work. I'm finna duck and dodge, and then I'm gonna be a woman. After we get done doing things we ain't got no business doing, now I'm a woman. And these are the songs that are put out there for our people to listen to. These songs are like it's somewhat like a code to live by, a code of the streets. Somebody who'd have been messed around with, touched on, fondled with, dealt with. Now she's a woman. Now she's a woman, and now she can go around, and now she can go out there in the world and find herself a husband now. After she's been whored around. That's what society teaches you have to do to become a woman. Going against the scriptures of the Most High, keeping us in sin, breaking all the commandments, bringing curses upon our people. Now our people are like whores out here in these streets because they feel like they got to go out here and break the commandments of the Most High. They haven't been taught no better, and they feel like, well, since they ain't been taught no better, it's okay to continue on with this wickedness. Don't nobody supposed to be teaching their daughter to go out here in these streets, nor their son, get involved with anybody in order to be a woman. Ain't nobody supposed to be teaching their son to go out here and do anything to get $1 to become a man. So these are the things that we're dealing with, and we're going to start breaking it down, tearing it apart for y'all. Now, let's start off with the book of, let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15.
Book of Leviticus chapter 19, verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor.
Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgments. It's going to be a lot of people out there that's going to say, well, y'all judge. Well, this scripture right here say, don't do no unrighteousness in judgment. In other words, keep the commandments. Our righteousness is keeping the Most High's commandments. As long as we continue to keep the Most High's commandments, then we can judge. We are commanded to judge. Just don't do no unrighteousness in judgment. Our righteousness is the commandment. We are judging in order to bring our people back into the commandments, back into the confines of keeping the Most High commandments. That's the purpose of this, is to show you where you're going off, show you where you're making your mistakes, where you tripped out at, by bringing it to your attention. And by doing so, we're going to bring you back into keeping the Most High's commandments, because we're not judging you just to ridicule and destroy you and smash you down to the ground. We're judging you to bring this to your attention so you can understand that you need to change from your wicked, evil behavior, that you are destroying our nation as a people. And the Most High is going to be angry with us, and he's going to prolong his coming back and redeeming us and bringing us back to our home. The longer we take to get right, the more trouble we bring upon our nation of people, because we're too afraid to say what needs to be said and wake our people up. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Yeah, we judging. You think the Most High then allowed us to live all these years, teach us everything that he is to teach, and waking us up so that we can keep this understanding, this knowledge to ourselves? I would rather have you mad at me than the Most High. We judge, but we're doing it in righteousness. You shall do no unrighteousness. Bring it out again, brother.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 15. Ye shall do no righteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor.
We're going to judge righteously whether you are poor or whether you are mighty or strong or weak. We don't care where you fall in that. If you out there and you understand what we're saying, and we see you in person, we're going to tell you, we're going to talk to you respectfully, but we're going to tell you whether you like it or not. Whoever you are, if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're strong, you might be weak, we don't care about that. We care about getting this word across to our people. We're going to judge righteously. We're not going to break the Most High's commandments, and we're not going to ask to teach you to do nothing that'll go against the Most High's commandments. We're only going to teach you to do something that had you come back and keeping the Most High's commandments. Go ahead and bring out Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 17.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 17. Ye shall not respect person in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God's, and the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
This is what our first leader Moses was telling us to do. Not to be afraid of nobody's face, not to be afraid of what y'all think, not to be afraid of you may, if you're being offended or not. You offended, you're not offended in nothing we saying for real. You offended what the Most High is saying.
Right.
We just reading his words to you. You got a Bible? We know you do. If you don't, you need to go buy one then. What's wrong with you? We read the words of the Most High to you. Okay? So you're not gonna get mad at us. You're gonna get mad at, you're gonna have a problem with the Most High. And you ain't gonna win that battle. So the best thing you could do is hearken to the words of the Most High, because he put his spirit in us to come out and talk to our people. So we're gonna bring this word to our people. Whether you listen, whether you hearken, or whether you forbear, whether you listen, or whether you forbear.
That's right.
We ain't worrying about how that rest of that. We just worrying about doing what we supposed to do, because we know some of our people will wake up. All right, now let's move on along here and understand. Let's go on ahead and take a look at let's go to the book of Jeremiah. Let's go to tell you what, before we go there, brother, bring out some of them photographs. Bring out some of them photographs, if you will, brother. These are, believe it or not, these are our sisters. These are women of the nation of Israel. If they're not, they're advertising to the nation of Israel. These are our sisters, supposed to be our wives, supposed to be our some daughters, mothers. A lot of these are somebody's mother. These supposed to be the princesses of the nation of Israel, but they're going around trying to pass themselves off as men. They're going around trying to pass themselves off as men in order to take the place of a man, because they may have a successful career, because they may have a good income, they may have a nice house, they may have a luxury car. So they out there doing whatever they can do to pass themselves off as fake, artificial, counterfeit men, because this society says that they are men. This society say those are men right there. And if you're making money and paying bills and staying on your own 2 feet, then you're a man. So they going right along with that program. A lot of these sisters are good-looking sisters too.
Right.
They're attractive sisters. These will make a beautiful wife if they would get out of that evil, wicked, satanic lifestyle that they living in, and come back to being daughters of the Most High, to uplift their nation instead of doing whatever they can to destroy their nation. That's some evil wickedness right there. If I ever seen it before, I'm seeing it now. If I ain't never seen it before, I'm definitely seeing it now. These sisters are walking around thinking they some men, some real men, because they making money. That what society tell you all you gotta do to be a man. Oh, you making money. Oh, she got her. I almost said she got her sleeves rolled up, looking at her wristwatch there. Got the right hand in the pocket, and the blazer pushed back, just like they teach boys how to do. That's the man pose right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's a man pose right there. It's some more, man, it's some terrible ones out there that's really bad. Do you have those other ones too? This is the sickness of the nation of Israel. That sister right there, the pink on, she doing everything she can to take your wife. Everything she can to take your wife, to take your girlfriend, to take her out of the nation of Israel, to keep from keeping the commandments of the Most High, to pull out there with her. You probably got a nice luxury apartment, a condominium, perhaps. You know, probably got on some real smooth He-Man type cologne. You know, she got some champagne. She got some champagne right there. Probably paying all the tab, taking all the tab. Probably buying a round of drinks for everybody, just like men on TV do. This is what we dealing with. This is the sickness of our people, man, because we fell victim to the lies of Esau. That's all they fell victim to the lies of Christianity, and the boule, and the damn Masons, to tell our brothers out there to raise your sons in the sand and to believing, get you a job. You stand on your own 2 feet. You ain't ask nobody for nothing. And then them girls over there, they listen to the same thing, going, well, I can do that. And then it's the same fathers telling their daughters, that's the kind of man you get. So when that sister right there walk up, hey, and in society say, that's the new definition of a man. Hey, she said, well, shit. That's how her daddy taught her, her mama taught her. That's what a man is. So she gonna run with that.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, my brother.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Completely out of course. walking on in darkness. But that darkness is time for that darkness to go on somewhere.
That's right.
We ain't gonna keep on accepting these lies that our people have been told and steadily telling our people. This thing is an epidemic. It's worse than an epidemic of crack when crack was at its height. These epidemic of sisters and brothers walking around out here trying to be invasion of the body snatchers out here taking people, pretending to be somebody what they not. It's worse than the epidemic of crack and heroin and what is it, ecstasy and the other stuff the Edomites are doing. Fentanyl. It's worse than all them epidemics put together. Because those epidemics were so-called illegal. This epidemic right here, they say it's legal right there. And then they fight for people who do that. You take a stand against them, they fight against you. Wow. Say they would take legal action against you for taking a stand against that right there. So this epidemic right here is worse.
One reason, hell, you can still with the crack, you can still reproduce.
Yeah.
Ain't no reproduction with this.
And the reproduction with that, and then when they do reproduce, they're gonna go down to the sperm bank or something and get one of them, get some off a shelf somewhere. And chances are they're gonna get Esau's, they're gonna get something from Esau. One of the spawn, one of his Satan was the spawn of Satan.
They're gonna pull up the brat.
What's she did?
That's what they did. The brat, the rap. I ain't mean hurt your feelings, man, but yeah. She went that way. Found another sister, got married, went to the sperm bank, and got an Edomite seed. Now they bringing forth Edomites.
Yeah, this wickedness, man, it knows no bound. This wickedness knows no bound. And if we just sit back here and pretend like this stuff ain't going on, then we got something wrong with us, man. We can't just sit back and pretend like this is not happening. I can't pretend like I didn't just hear what I just heard. Our people are totally destroyed. Not totally, because we still out here bringing this word up to our people. So there is still some life left in our people, because we out here, along with other camps, other armies of the Most High.
That's right.
Fighting into the righteous fight to bring our people back, to wake up the 1/3. If it weren't for us, if it weren't for other groups out there, other camps out there doing this work, it'd be too much to imagine the condition that we'll be in right now. We wouldn't have nothing. We wouldn't have no hope as a people if it wasn't for the Israelites or the Most High doing what we can to bring back our people. If it wasn't for us doing this work, and the water for all of the many different camps out there that's leading the charge on this thing.
That's right.
There you go, my brother.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left us a very small remnant, we should have all been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Destroyed for our wicked, disgusting lust. Destroyed. Like these people right here on the screen are. But even they got a chance. Sisters, y'all out there with them pants on, I don't care if that pants too costing $450.
Take it off.
Take that off. Take it off. Take it off. I wouldn't even say take it and have it off, some alterations done to turn it into a dress. I wouldn't even say that. Just destroy that thing. You don't need to sell it to no man or no woman. It need to be destroyed.
Take it off.
We got a serious problem. A bad problem.
You want to read on how the suit made?
If we had what we got on there?
It says masculine presenting women in suits used to cause a fashionable uproar. Growing up, when a feminine woman donned a two-piece suit, She was praised for being fashion forward and daring, riding the fine line of feminine and masculine energies. Back then, we rarely saw androgynous women in suits on a red carpet, let alone on our TV screens.
And then another thing too, it was a woman running for president. They ain't got to call her name.
Mm-hmm.
It was an Edomite woman running for president, and that's what she wore. She wore them pantsuits. I don't know if they was made to look masculine, but she was still out there in her pantsuits. They got whoever that is out there now, supposed to be up in the White House with the pantsuit on. The only thing I didn't see is the tie, the necktie. That's the only thing in the top hat. That's the only thing. These women right here wearing a top hat and a necktie. That's the only thing I ain't seen in them. But if allowed to continue the way it's going, all our sisters be doing that, falling behind them. Oh, they are highly respected and they're very successful. And they're walking around with our sisters. They're walking around out there with our sisters, going to the sperm bank, having the synagogue is saying they're having the Esau's children. They're having the serpent's child, bringing that monster home. And for what? What is sister that man that was standing up there in front of the car? We still had her. Did we ever get that one?
Mm.
And there was another one who was standing there with her legs. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm gonna read this one.
But it's bad enough.
DJ Fannie Mae, she says, suits have allowed me to define my own version of sexy. My suits aren't for 9 to 5, they're for being sexy and fly.
Being sexy and fly. She a sexy fly lie. Don't no man want that. If he in the truth of these words, the truth of the scripture, don't no man want a boy. Ain't no repentant Israelite gonna want no boy trying to rub up against him.
That's right.
She wants to be a boy. Well, who gonna be the girl then? Who gonna be the sister? Who gonna be the woman? Who gonna be the wife? Oh, I guess they supposed to share that title. They both the wife. They both the woman. No, this wickedness got to stop. It got to stop. And all y'all sisters out there who thinking that this is wrong, what I'm saying, well, take it up with the Most High. Because he say the brothers, the men supposed to gird up their loins. He ain't said nothing about no sister supposed to gird up her loins. Supposed to put on a dress. What is it saying about a woman girding up her loins at? What did it say about that? Somebody go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 17. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and 17.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
The eye that mocketh at his father and despiseth to obey his mother.
Hold on a second, my brother. Wait a second.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 17. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arm.
Now, there's a sister right there who girding her loins with strength. You want to gird your loins, gird it with some strength and strengthen your arms. Not one of them girdles that you gird up to try to smush everything in, because it say, and she strengthens her arms. That means she doing some exercise.
That's right.
She ain't just girding up trying to be sexy and fine and all trying to get somebody to look at it, trying to be all alluring and all this here. She girding up and with strength, and she doing exercise. She's strengthening her arms, strengthening her body, her legs. She eating healthy. She ain't just out there putting on a girdle. She girding herself with strength, girding her loins with strength. That's what the Most High say. Somebody hit the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9 through 11. The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9 through 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Verse 10. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
And gird sackcloth upon your loins. You want to gird your loins up so bad, then gird your loins up with some sackcloth. Gird your loins up with something that's going to be irritating and itching and very uncomfortable. Put that on your private parts. You want to gird your loins up so bad, put that sackcloth on. Gird your loins with that. Gird your loins with that sackcloth. Strip you bare, make you bare, get down to the skin, and gird your loins with some sackcloth. You want to gird your loins so bad. Put that on your privates. See how comfortable that is. If you want to gird your loins outside of what the Most High say, you don't want to gird your loins in strength, then the Most High say it's going to be rough on you. It's going to be bad on you. Y'all done got comfortable. Y'all done got at ease. Hit it again, brother. Hit the let me see what you
15.
yes, sir. That's no, that was Isaiah 32, verse 9 through 11.
Verse 11.
All right. Right. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. You want all of them?
Yeah, let's hit it on.
All right. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease.
That are at ease. That's the problem. You're over here thinking you can do any and everything. Everything's okay to do. And there's no problem with nothing you do or say. You can do anything you want to do. You have gotten at ease. At ease by not keeping none of the Most High's commandments. At ease and being in wickedness. At ease and not being taught nothing. You're at ease. If you want to stay at ease after this message come out there, what does it say, brother?
Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice. You careless daughters.
Careless daughters. Careless daughters who think it's okay to live any kind of way because it's a wicked society say you can do whatever you want to do. What does it got?
Give ear to my speech. Verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Gird sackcloth upon your loins. Strip you of your man suit, your pantsuit, your ties, your hats. Strip you of your big, thick wristwatches. Strip you of all of that. Make you bare. Put you some sackcloth on. That's what the Most High said, dude. When you want to find out what the Most High say you're supposed to be girding your loins with, is that sackcloth or with some strength. And that's the strength of the Most High's word, the strength of the commandments. That strength. Gird your loins with that or some sackcloth in affliction. Those are your only two options. Either you go gird your loins in strength, or you go gird your loins in lamentation, in punishment with sackcloth. It's gonna come to that. And if they strip you, make you better. You ain't gonna have your fancy suits. Girding yourself in that. See, that's the problem out there. Strip you and make you better. Put that on, irritate your skin with that. You got anything, brother? What it looking like over there, my brother? You got anything you want to bring up? Brother, yeah, cool. You good? Just you good, bro? Okay, let's go ahead and go ahead and bring up the Jeremiah.
This is the book of Jeremiah 1:17. Thou therefore gird up thy loins and arise, and speak unto them all that I command thee. Be not dismayed at their faces, It's like a found be before them.
See, the Most High told the men to gird up their loins. That's what this scripture is going into. The loins of a man is supposed to be girded up. He tells us to gird up our loins. Stand up and do what we're supposed to be doing. Gird up our loins in order to go out there and bring the word of the Most High to his people. In order to go out there and bring the Most High's word, we got to gird up our loins. You ain't never seen the brother out there nowhere, none of these camps out here with their pants down bringing the word of the Most High. You ain't never seen no brother out there sagging bringing the word of the Most High. You ain't never seen that because we command to gird up our loins, put a belt on, tie your pants up, pull your pants up, gird up your loins like a man. And then we go out there and bring that word. If we ain't got no belt, we go tie something around our waist, but we ain't gonna let our pants be out there sagging down below around our buttocks, trying to bring in the word of the Most High to our people. You say, gird up your loins, arise, and bring the Most High's word to his people. Men gird up our loins. Okay? Sister, you want to gird up some? You gird up your loins in strength. Gird up your loins in strength of the word of the Most High. Gird your loins up with that. Or either you could be girding your loins up in sackcloth after you've been stripped and made better. So we gird up our loins as men. Come out here, out there, in the streets and online to do the work, the will of the Most High. Let's go to the book of 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 26.
Verse 26.
Yes, sir. Book of 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 26.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 18, verse 26. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he's in a journey, or pre-adventure. He sleepeth and must be awakened.
Hold tight right there, my brother. Let's go ahead. Let's drop that and go down to the book of Daniel, first chapter 10, verse 5. Book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5.
The book of Daniel, chapter 10, and verse 5.
Yes, sir.
Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz.
This is talking about Yahweh Shai himself, who they call Jesus. He got his loins girded up. He got his loins girded up. That's our head. That's our direct leader. That's over the nation of Israel, directly over the men. He got his loins girded up, and he's showing us that. See, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be doing like he do. You're supposed to pull our pants up. This is what you need to be doing in order to be a man. One of the first things you need to be doing, learn to be doing as a man. You pull your pants up. You gird up your loins as a man to go out here and bring this word to our people. You don't just gird your loins up to go out here and try to be out here trying to front and stunt out here in the world. You gird your loins up to go out here to bring the word of the Most High to your people as a man. These are one of the first things that we should have been taught coming to the keeping the commandments of the Most High. You gird your loins up as a man. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, the Most High Son, Yahweh Shai, he had his loins girded up. And we as a people supposed to have our loins girded up. We don't supposed to teach our sisters to gird up their loins and go out here and try to be no man. That's our job. If we don't do our job, then who gonna do our job? The sisters, another nation, they got their own job to do. The sister's job is to help us. But we can't be switching places with them and thinking things gonna get done. Their job ain't gonna get done right, and our job ain't gonna get done right. Everybody got a part to play. And you just got to understand that you just got to do your job. That's just all we have to do. We just have to do our job.
We get a precept, okay?
Yes, sir.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse number 4. Salaki. 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, and verse 4, and it reads, Salaki is 10, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Salaki for that thing. Second Corinthians chapter 10 and verse number 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Right. So the Lord said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? But the first thing Jake do when he get to fight, he pull up his pants.
Pull
right?
the pants.
He pull his pants up. He gird up his loins. He know how to do that when it's time to fight his own brother, right? But
Right.
what about when it's time to fight against the philosophies and doctrines of your nation, right? Or the other nations? You got to pull up your pants. You got to gird up your loins like a man and go out and teach your people, whether they hear or whether they forbear. But first, we had to get ourselves right, right? First, we had to come into this knowledge, and then we got to teach our people, right? So you have to gird up your loins like a man, you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know.
That's right, bro. Now let's take a look at the book, and that's a good point right there. The brother said that our people know, and we ever get into any kind of situation, anything going on out here, we're gonna pull our pants up then. We are in an ongoing, never-ending situation over here in Babylon. Our pants always supposed to be girded up. We are at battle. We are at war. Okay? We ain't just girding our pants up to go out there and bring that word to the Most High. I mean, bring that word to our people, the word of the Most High to our people. We girding our loins up every day because we are in battle, whether we out there on the highways and byways, or we at home, or we in our comings and going anywhere else, because we're in spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare, so we know that we got to gird up our loins. So, and we bringing these things out because it's commanded to us to bring these things out. Because we are commanded to, if any man speak, we will speak as the oracles of God. We will bring the word of the Most High is the reason the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 11. If any man, we ain't got to get it, but if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If anybody out there got an issue with what we saying, show it to us in the scripture. Show it to us in the Bible that the Most High disagrees with what we saying and agree with what you saying. Speak as the oracles of God. Because we know if we ain't bringing the Most High's word out, we ain't doing our job as men. We girded up our loins to bring the word of the Most High. And all them sisters out there with them pantsuits, men suits on, how come they ain't out there bringing the word of the Most High? Why ain't they doing? They got they loins girded up. They say a man supposed to do that. Then how come they ain't bringing the word of the Most High? If they think they men so bad, they think they men so much, I can take my shirt off and go outside right now. If them sisters out there with them pantsuits on, take your shirt off. You think you're a man so much, take your shirt off then and see what happens. You ain't gonna do that because you ain't crazy enough to do that. Because you know better. You ain't no man. And I can take my shirt off right now and go outside. I can go to the mailbox, I can go to the store. It don't matter where I go, right? I go to the post office, shirt off. You do it. You think you're a man? You got the pantsuit on, you got the little scrap on. All right? I don't care how many hormones you take, you ain't doing it.
Bring it out.
Voice could get deep, start growing a beard. They ain't finna take your shirt off. You still think you're a man? You ain't able to fake artificial imitation.
Come.
Out here misleading our people, destroying our nation. And we ain't gonna just sit back and look at it and talk amongst ourselves about it.
Teach y'all.
Sick of y'all. I really am. Take it personal. I don't care how you take it. We bring the word of the Most High. If any man speak, let him speak at the oracles of God. Okay? Most High said, you a woman. Act like one. Put you on some female's garments. What's up, my brother?
Second Esdras 16. I'm starting at 1, 2. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloth of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be worried, for your destruction is at hand.
Your destruction is at hand. All right? We ain't got to be like that. Heed this warning. That goes to our brothers and our sisters alike. Heed this warning. We teaching our brothers how to be men. We teaching our sisters how to be women. Because it's an evil, satanic, sick, foul, disgusting world we living in is teaching you to be somebody that the Most High can't, he just utterly detests.
Mm-hmm.
But this is society tells you that's what a man is. And y'all falling for it. Y'all falling for it.
And a precept over here.
Yes, sir, brother.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So a lot of people, they have, especially our sisters, you know, in this society, in modern day time, they after the flesh. They want to do the things like men do, you know, because men succeed in certain things. They want to succeed in certain things. They want to dress like you do, you know, so they want to act like you do. He obtained a nice looking woman. She want to get a nice looking woman, even though she was a nice looking herself, you know, but they want to obtain the things of the flesh. It says, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So if you're after the spirit, you're going to get the things of the spirit. And a lot of our sisters, today's time, they are carnal minded. They're not after the spirit. You know, they don't search their mind. They don't look into their heart. And, well, they don't look into the Most High word and see whether or not what they're doing is right or wrong. They don't ask an elder, elderly woman, elderly man, hey, how do you feel about this if I put on a pants? If I put on pantsuit with a bow tie, how would you feel about that? They don't try to look after the spirit. They want to look at the flesh, you know, because that's what appeals to our people nowadays. You know, the fleshy thing. Everybody, you know, track, you know, certain designs, certain shoes, certain things, money, like you said before, cars. That things is appealing. It's because they after the flesh. Verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And that's why, hey, a lot of these sisters nowadays with that modern style, they don't have no peace, man. They don't have no peace. One day they put on a pantsuit. Right. Next day they cut the breasts off.
Right.
Next day, hey, they put a rod on. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
An imitation rod. So they don't have no peace, man. You know, that's why I say, for to be carnally minded is death. You know, because you're killing yourself, man. You're taking off your breasts. You're trying to take off your genitals that the Lord gave you. You know, you causing death to to your body, man, to your spirit. You said, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And they ain't got no life and peace, man. They don't have no peace. And that's why the sister Debret, she had to have an injection of the Edomite, seed to go into her, man.
Yes. Oh.
And she, you know what I'm saying? It's off as hell. And she ain't gonna have no peace because she gonna raise that crazy devil in her house, run her up and down. You know, they ain't gonna have another woman trying to, tame that devil. And if I'm not mistaken, they got a male devil, man. Mm. So that male devil gonna be back and forth. And how you gonna have two women trying to contain a man? You know, a male devil at that. You know, so it's gonna bring death, man, and no life and peace. It said, but the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. You know, the carnal mind is an enmity against God. So, you know, our sisters, man, that in that behavior, in that lifestyle, you're going against God. You're going against what the Lord put in the law to stand for. You don't have no knowledge of the law. That's why you do these things, you know. You have no spirit to, you know, saying looking within yourself and look within some wisdom to say whether you're doing right or wrong, you know. Let me get it one more time, right quick. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither indeed can be. So your carnal mind said cannot be subject to the law of God. It can't be, because you all about the flesh, you all about appearance, you all about what everybody else do. You know, would you want to be like a man all the time? That's all I want to bring up.
Just like the brother was bringing out, they're not going to be at peace. How can they be at peace if they're not doing the will of the Father anyway? See that? How can they be at peace if they're not doing the will of the Father? They always in competition mode, right? They have that anything you can do, I can do better spirit on, right? They start teaching that. I think they start bringing that around. I think that came out around the Olympics. They had Serena Williams, right, playing tennis, and they had that song playing, anything you can do, I can do better, right? But you know, slowly and surely, they have been changing the mindset of our people, right? By teaching them to compete against your man, right? Where are the other nations, women competing against them, right? Where is that? Even in the feminism movement, they're using Eve, right? They're using our women to push that movement, right? Because guess what? Eve got a strong voice, right? She's supposed to be using that strong voice for good. Right, using that strong voice for to tell the sisters to keep the commandments, to teach the children, right? To have the women in order, right? Have the kids in order, right? She's supposed to be doing that thing, right? But now she's pushing and fighting against the man, and we gotta stop fighting against each other. You know, we gotta stop fighting against each other as a nation. That's all we do. We fight against each other. We've been taught to do that. Isn't that in the Willie Lynch letter, right? Where they would put the woman against the man and the man against the woman. Right, the young against the old against the young, dark skin versus light skin. Are we not seeing that today? Right. So everything that they doing, hell, they damn near like prophets, man. You know, they writing down plans and writing down different organizations that they're gonna make, and they make it happen. You know, but that's all I have. But they're not prophets though. Let's make that plain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's look at the book. You're right, they're not prophets. They're just out there doing the being wicked, going on with this in society, because that's what's that's the trend now, that's the fad, that's the fashion. The fashion gonna die out. You're gonna die right along with it, trying to go along with the wickedness of this world. But come back to keep the commandments. It's not hard. The commandments are not grievous, people. You just don't like what I'm saying because you ain't know, you just hadn't been exposed to this truth, and you just maybe having a reaction against it. You'll get used to it. You'll get used to being righteous and doing what God say do. You ain't got no choice. You're gonna either do what He says, you gonna get dealt with according to the Scripture, according to the Most High. He gonna do something. Like we not gonna do nothing to nobody. We men of peace. We men of the Most High. We men of love. We do what we supposed to do because we are engaging in spiritual warfare. Spiritual warfare. Bring up the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 14. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 14.
Ephesians 6, verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth.
With truth. The law of the Most High is truth. Continue on, bro.
And having on the breastplate of righteousness. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God.
See, we gird ourselves up in spiritual girding as well, because we are involved in a spiritual warfare. We gird ourselves up because we know we're going into spiritual warfare. So you ain't finna go into this spiritual warfare with the pants hanging down around your butt spiritually.
Bring it out.
We're going to go into this spiritual warfare with our loins girded as men. This is what the men are commanded to do, to gird up our loins in the spiritually, but keeping the Most High's commandment in truth so that we can effectively bring his word to our sick, depraved people so that they can pull their pants up spiritually and physically. Hit the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35.
Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 35. Let your loins be girded about and your light burning.
This is again talking to the men of the nation of Israel. Gird your loins up, pull your pants up. You're like in the book of 1 Peter chapter 13, book of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13, verse 14, it tells us to gird up the loins of our mind. We gird up our loins physically and spiritually. All right? Pulling our pants up. Sisters, it's not a scripture in here that told y'all to gird up y'all loins not one time, except for with sackcloth to be punished or with strength of the Most High. That's all you're supposed to gird your loins up with, and you ain't supposed to do but one if you do like the Most High they do, and that's with strength. That's the only girding of your loins you're supposed to be doing, sister. Now, what did it say about bringing it? What did it say? Let's go back. We should have hit this one here early. I'm gonna hit this myself. The book of Job, chapter 38. I'm gonna go there. The book of Job, chapter 38. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee an answer thou me. An answer thou me. All right. Now I'm gonna go down here to Job chapter 40, verse 7. Multiple times. Book of Job chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. Like a man. We as men supposed to gird up our loins. Okay? How many times I got to keep telling y'all that? We gird up our loins. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, please. But Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. This is how you be a man. Pull your pants up like a man. Keep the Most High's commandments. Fear the Most High. Keep his commandments. Now you're going into being a man. Pull your pants up. Fear God. Keep his commandments. You can fear God and keep his commandments without pants. But since you got them, pull them up. The whole duty of man to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. And one of his commandments is that the brothers wear pants and the sisters don't. Now, we understand that you might have to go to a job. You may be the only one providing. You may have to put on a pair of pants. They might not permit you to work. We understand all of those things. We over here in this captivity, we might have to do things that we might not really want to do. But as soon as we get home, we take them pants off. Sisters, okay, take them pants off. As soon as you get home. Don't just keep on walking around in them pants. You just get comfortable in them pants. Put that dress back on and go back to studying the Most High's word. Give it a congregation of people. Eventually, you will find somebody who can help you to where you ain't got to put them pants back on. But until then, we understand you got to do sometimes what you might have to do. You might have to put them pants on. being over here in this captivity, being living your whole life in wickedness, you kind of got things set up wrong. You might have to put pants on. We understand. But your goal is to get to the point where you ain't got to put them on no more, because the Most High say don't do it. Get to the point where you ain't got to do that. Come back to keeping the commandments of the Most High. Repent for your evil sins. Don't just get comfortable in doing what you've been doing. All right. So we're going over whatever we need to know as far as the difference between what it takes to be a man and what it takes to be a woman. The book of First Kings said, "Be ye strong, therefore, and show yourself a man by keeping the commandments of the Most High." That was in First Kings, book of First Kings, chapter 2, verse 4. I grabbed that right there. The book of First Kings, chapter 2, verse 4. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God to walk in his ways, and his statutes, and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself, that the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, to walk before me in truth in all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne, a man on the throne of Israel. A man on the throne of Israel. There's a difference between men and women. All right. You keep the commandments of the Most High will bless us. We keep his commandments. We do what he say do, we being a man. If you want to change from being a man, you think you think the woman can come out here and start being men because you got pants on? It's not going to work. All right. Having sex is not what makes a woman into a woman. Throwing away yourself, jumping from man to man, giving away your virginity or whatever, does not make you a woman, sister. That does not make you a woman. Understand that that's not what makes you a woman. What makes you a woman? Let's take a closer look at that. Let's first of all, we already looked at what the society say a woman is. What does the Most High say that a woman is? What does the Most High say that a woman is? Any brother wanna
yeah. See, this society, they tell you what this society, they tell you, you know, what a man and what a woman is, right? They just give you what you see on TV. Then we grow up confused, right? Wondering which way to go, not being able to find ourselves, right? Wondering which way is north and south. But we've been learning all this time from a man who has beat our back in and just give us philosophy and doctrine. How we think we're gonna find out who we are? Right? How we gonna find out what our roles are if he ain't even teaching us right in the first place? You see what I'm saying? He's already turned the roles against each other, right? The man versus the woman, right? He's already done that. So how can we expect to learn right from wrong from him? You know, we got to seek the scriptures. The scriptures tell us what a man should be and what a woman should be, right? Just like the Lord said, a man is going to be a man who keeps the commandments, right? And there's a lot that entails with that, right? Keeping the commandments. That's taking care of your household, being a man in your household, right? Making sure your family is healthy, right? Making sure your family get the word of the Lord, you know, and providing for your family. All that plays a part in keeping the commandments, right? Not suffering your children or your wife to go into sin, right? Correcting your people. That's what you call being a man. But we've been taught being a man, you just go to work, 9 to 5, come home, play the video game, go play grown men softball, and you a man, you know, or flag football. That don't make you a man because you got a little side thing to do with right, a little side job or a side hobby. You know, that don't make you a man, right?
Yeah, that's not making you a man. Now we gonna set the water for the brother Sloan, brother Benign, brother Sloan. These different scriptures, these different point of views. I'm gonna bring up the book of Jeremiah from the brother, chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. The daughters of Zion are comely, beautiful, delicate women. So what is it that makes us beautiful, makes our sisters beautiful and delicate women? What is it that they are doing to what they are recognized as being women? I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It say, open thy mouth, judge righteously. Again, we are to judge. We ought to tell you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. But we're supposed to do it in righteousness. Book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 9. Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Who can find a virtuous woman? The Most High. Look at these virtues. It's what the daughters of Zion are supposed to be doing. These are the things that make them a beautiful book of Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely meaning a beautiful and delicate woman. These are the things that make our sisters beautiful, delicate women. These are the things. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband, see, doth safely trust in her. Okay, so that he shall have no need of spoil. He ain't got to go after the net trying to get this and get that and try to go everywhere and look for something better or better than her. He ain't got to do. He ain't got to do all of that. He ain't got to travel the world trying to find some treasure. He got a treasure. Verse 12, she will do him good and she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. This is the virtues that our sister should have in order to be considered a woman. She has a husband. She ain't running around out there looking, trying to experience life and live life, whoring around, and then go find herself a husband. No, that don't make us a sister, a woman. That makes her the other thing. Okay, so having the virtues that the Most High is seeking, that He's telling our sisters to have, these are the things that make you a woman. These are the things that make you a blessing to the nation of Israel. The book of Proverbs, I'm still in chapter 31, I'm gonna go down to verse 23. Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She's a virtuous woman. She's kind. She has a husband. She's taking care of her family. Verse 26, she opened her mouth with wisdom, man, and her tongue is the law of kindness. She's doing her job. That's a good woman. That's a virtuous woman. Yes, sir, brother.
Sirach, chapter 26, 14 and 15. A silent and loving woman is the gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued.
Want to break that down, bro?
It's just saying, when a woman's in order, she's one of the highest value things you can that can be given to a man from God.
That's right.
You know.
See, a woman see, a woman was made to help and to assist her husband. That's her job. If she's doing that, she is being a woman. She was created to be a help, to be an assistant, to be somebody who does what she can to bring comfort to a godly husband. That's what makes a sister a woman. Not running around out here in these streets trying to see who all they could get with, trying to get into the club for free, trying to have a good time, trying to live life, trying to say you only live once. A woman is somebody who's going to be out here with her husband, with her children, and she's going to be teaching her children the commandments of the Most High. Let me go to the book of Titus. Go to the book of Titus. Somebody get that book of Titus from chapter 2, verse 3.
Go to Titus chapter 2 and verse number 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husband, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed.
That the word of God be not blasphemed. The aged woman likewise. She's going to be doing these things to teach the younger women what they need to be doing to be women, so that the Most High can be pleased at their behavior. That's how you live your life. That's how you lead our nation of people. That's how you lead our children in righteousness. That's what being a woman is. It ain't going out here and seeing what man you can get with now you're a woman now. Like these R&B records have been telling our people. Like these movies be telling our people. Those things cannot be found in the scriptures. But what can be found in the scriptures is that you're going to teach your children you're going to teach the younger women and your children to keep the commandments of the Most High. That you're going to be discreet, chaste. You're going to be, you're not going to do anything to blaspheme the word of the Most High. Learn to do that. You'll be learning how to be a woman according to God. These are the things that the Most High want to see his daughters doing. Now, oftentimes we hear people say that a lady is a woman, or you're a woman if you're a lady. But according to the scriptures, that don't make you no lady being called a woman. I mean, that don't make you a woman, being called a lady. That's not being a woman right there. That word goes off into so many different things, and it leads all the way back to being a man. For one thing, that word right there, lady, goes into so many directions, but it always goes back to being a man and is of the other nations. That's the reason why you can't find nowhere in the scriptures. The scriptures call not sisters ladies, because that's not what it takes to be a woman. Keeping the commandments of the Most High is what it takes to be a woman. And men, keeping the commandments of the Most High, doing the work, doing the will of the Most High, teaching his people, fearing the Most High, that's what it takes to be a man. So you help that man, and you'll be a good sister, you'll be a woman, according to the scripture. Now, I can go off into this. Why are we doing on time?
Good.
We good. We got how much time?
How about another 30?
Okay, look, We might as well go off into this right here then. We're gonna use all this time because our people need all this help. See, we could use every minute we got. So, like I was saying before, don't think that being called a lady is a title of a woman. It really not. It's really not the title of a woman. Not of the nation of Israel, because if it being called a lady was a title of a woman, then why is it that our sisters are never ever called lady in these scriptures? Why is it that our sisters are never called lady? You can't find it. It's not really, you can't find it. It's not in there. I'm gonna look at the word for lady. We're gonna look at ladies. We're gonna start off in the book of Judges. The book of Judges. I'm gonna start with that one. The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 29. And then after that one, we're gonna go to the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18. But I'm gonna start off with the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 29. And hurt y'all feelings with this. The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 29.
Judges chapter 5, verse 29. Her wise ladies answered her, yea. She returned answer to herself.
This is going into this tell you what, hit verse 28 as well. Let's hit 28 then 29.
The book of Judges chapter 5, verse 28. The mother of Sister Rhea looked out at the window and cried through the lattice, why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariot?
Now this is a nation of people that we was fighting against. These are not Israelites. These were our enemies. These are our enemies. This man's he was like the king or the ruler of this particular nation, and his name was Sister Rhea, and his mother was looking for him to come back after he was warring with our people. What it say on verse 29?
Verse 29. Her wise ladies answered her, yea. She returned answer to herself.
The ladies. The ladies are the people of the other nations. So don't get this thing misunderstood that you not only are you a woman, but you're a lady. You ain't keeping none of the Most High's commandments, but you thinking that not only are you a woman, but you're a lady.
Right.
No, you're not. You're not a woman if you ain't keeping the Most High's commandments. You're definitely not no lady. Now can one of the brothers bring up the book of Esther? The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18.
As a matter of fact, before you do that, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, what we just read in Judges. What we just read in Judges, chapter 5, verse 29. That word ladies is sayar in Hebrew. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but that word ladies in Hebrew is sayar. Okay, it's located in H8282. Sayar is a feminine breakdown of the word sar, and that's H8269. So ladies if you look in the concordance, it's going to be the breakdown for that word is sayar is H8282, and that was derived from H8269 sar, and that word sar or sayar is a mistress, a female noble, princess, or queen. All right, a mistress, female noble, princess, or queen. Now we're gonna matter of fact, H8269 also is a head person of any rank or class. A head person of any rank or class. A captain, a chief, a general, a governor, a keeper, a lord, a master, a prince. That's what sar means. That's what this word sayar or ladies represent. It came from the word sar. And again, sar means a head person of any rank or class, a captain, a chief, a general, a governor, a keeper, a lord, a master, a prince. These words that we call lady, these words goes back to manly characteristics, manly traits. Okay, these are not words that go back to anything that the Most High is considering his daughters to be. These words go back to what the brothers are aspiring to be in the Most High's command. Now, let's go to the book of Esther. Now we're going to get the book of Esther. All right, we're going to do the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18.
The book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 18.
Nope.
Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen.
The ladies of the other nations. Again, the Most High is letting our people know that these are the other nations. You're not finding what the Most High is calling our sisters ladies.
Bring it out.
He calling the other nations ladies. All right, and that Esther that's if you look that up, Esther, the word ladies are going to be on the H8282, and that word has derived from H8283. Say Sarah, and that word ladies derived from a word Sarah, and Sarah means to make yourself a prince. That's what that word means, to make yourself a prince. Now, let's take a look at the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 5 through 7. Excuse me, the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 5 and verse 7. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 5 and verse 7.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Okay. The Chaldeans. These are not the Israelites again. These are other nations of people. These are not our people. We were separated from these people. They're not us. We're a whole separate nation who was given the laws. They are considered to be ladies. Their women are considered to be ladies. So don't think that the title of lady is something that a woman is supposed to have. A woman of the nation of Israel is not really supposed to have no title like that. That word in the concordance is under H1404 is called Gibberet. And that word of lady, Gibberet, equals to a mistress. All right. And that word derived from H1376, Gibir. And that word Gibir means a master or a lord. A master or a lord. Now, that word derived from H1369, gibar. Gibar is a primitive root word to be strong by implication, to prevail, to act insolently, to exceed, confirm, or to be great. To act insolently. Can we look that word up? Insolently. That's INSOLENTLY. Insolently. Again, the spelling is INSOLENTLY. Insolently. This word, a queen, means to act insolently. What does that word mean?
In an extremely rude way that shows a lack of respect for somebody.
Read that again, brother.
In an extremely rude way.
In an extremely rude way.
That shows a lack of respect for somebody.
That shows a lack of respect for somebody. That's what that word queen derived from that word. Okay? To act insolently, exceed, confirm, be great. Okay? Be mighty, prevail, put to more strength, strengthen, be stronger, be valiant. These are masculine traits, masculine qualities that word lady goes into. That's what that is. See a pattern developing here. All right. Now let's go over here to the book of 2 John. The book of 2 John, somebody. The book of 2 John, verse 1 and verse 5. The book of 2 John, verse 1 and verse 5.
2 John, chapter 1 and verse number 5. And now I beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we have heard from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandment, that as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it. For many deceivers are entered into the world, who confess not.
Hold on one second, my brother. I might have called it. Did I say 1 John or 2 John?
2 John.
Okay, book of 2 John. Let me go there.
Let me get a precept while you get that.
Yes,
the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. And like manner also that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. So the woman's supposed to be shamefaced, right? So just like the brother brought that definition out, she's not supposed to be bold, right? Being the life of the party, right? Yelling, smacking cards down on the table. You know what I'm saying? Got a Hennessy bottle to the lips at a party, right? She's supposed to be shamefaced. She's supposed to be shamefaced and not being like a man. Those are things that men do. Men beat on their chest, right? Get loud and talk, right? Hey, shake the hand a little bit. But the woman's supposed to be shamefaced and not have that ego like a man, you know. But they have given our women those egos now. So guess what? Now you see them beating on their chest, jumping up and down, pouring up, taking shots, doing the what they call it, drive the boat. You know, they driving the boat now. But you got it, King.
Yes, sir, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that. I believe I heard it, but I wasn't listening to it the way I should have been. But you did. I'm gonna hit it. The book of 2 John. Start at verse 1, and then I'm just gonna go straight over to verse 5. All right. The elder unto the elect lady and her children, whom I love in the truth, and not only I, but also all they that have known the truth. I'm going to go down to verse 5. And now I beseech thee, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment unto thee, but that which we had from the beginning, that we love one another. Now, again, what is this? Who is this lady that is referring to here? This is referring to, unless I'm not mistaken, the brother can correct me. If they don't correct me now, they can correct me later, but they will correct me if I'm wrong. This is going into the nation, our entire nation of evil, wicked people. Our entire nation of evil, wicked people is basically like a woman who the Most High has married, who has been unfaithful and dishonest. And we are a nation of people who are like the Most High's wife, and we are evil and wicked in what we are doing. Evil and wicked in our ways. So what does that word lady means in this context? Talking about the nation of Israel. What is it talking about? Let's go into the book. Well, first of all, I'm going to say that this word is in the Greek. It's under G2959. Is a feminine of G2962. And that goes off into a Christian woman. So our nation of people, our entire nation of people, is like a Christian woman. And we understand that that goes off into all kind of satanic, devil worshiping the other gods, being not being truthful and true to the Most High. That goes off into a Christian woman. That's what that word means, referring to our entire nation of people. It's called Sarah, a Christian woman. All right. And some people would pronounce it Kira. So if you have named your child Kira, you have named your child basically after our evil, wicked nation being called a lady, Kira. All right. That's a feminine of the word Sarah, a Christian woman. Sarah or Kuros means supremacy. We had a mindset as a nation of people that we're going to do what we want to do, not keep the commandments of the Most High, have a mentality of being supremacy, of being in supremacy over the Most High, to be in authority, to be a controller, to be a mister, to be a God, a Lord, a master, a servant. All right? But we're not doing what the Most High said do. So we got these attitudes toward the Most High. All right? That word also goes into G2961, kiriud, meaning to rule or have dominion over, or the Lord, or rule, to be a Lord, to exercise leadership over. Is that a word that our sisters should be walking around trying to call themselves? That word also further goes off into G2963, Kariates from 2962, meaning mastery, to have mastery over. All right, to have mastery over. It goes off into being a ruler, to have dominion over, to be in government. To be in government, that's what it means to be a lady. To be in government, to have dominion over, to be a ruler of. That word also can be stemmed further back. If you go trace it even further back, goes into G2964, Kairu, from the same as G2962, to make authoritative. To make authoritative. Further, if you go back even further to G, it goes even further back. And it's funny that it is right next to G2965, Chiron or Kayan. To make authoritative over, Kairu is right next to the word Kayan. And Kayan means a dog. Now, we're not saying that the word lady is saying that's a dog, but it's just real strange and ironic that that word, if you trace it all the way back, is going to be right next to the word dog. Literal or figurative dog. Not saying that lady is a dog, but it's right next to the word dog, and it's very close to the pronunciation of dog. Okay, now let's go a little bit further into this lady thing. And we're gonna look at the book of now we're not gonna go into a book, we're just gonna go into these the Greek words for lady. The Greek words for lady is gabar. The Greek word for lady is gabar. And that'll be from H1396, means a man. So when you read about a lady in the scriptures, chances are you're reading a Greek word that means a man, a valiant man, a warrior, a mighty man. Okay? Gabar is the same as from H1396, a person, a man. Gabar, a certain man. Gibar, a valiant man, a warrior, a mighty. Gilbar, you got that? You got, it goes back to Gabriel, a man of God, a Gabriel, an archangel, a warrior. All of these titles that we call lady goes back to masculinity. That goes back to somebody who's going to make war. Goes back to somebody who's going to be stronger than. If we understand these words, what our sisters are calling themselves, they are calling themselves. See, words got power, whether you know what that word means or not. Words have power. You are calling yourself somebody who is authoritative, somebody who has more dominion over, lordship over, somebody who is a mister, a controller, who has authority, who is a master, who is a servant. These words go back to those things. That's the reason why you see a lot of people who consider themselves to be ladies. You can't tell them nothing. They walking around in suits for men. They walking around here saying that they are more of a man than a man is, or better man than a man is. Because they are taking on these titles. And when you start tracing these words, go further and further and further and further back, you come to somebody who is a warrior, somebody who, let me read them again. A valiant man, a warrior, someone who's mighty, a valiant warrior. To make authoritative. Somebody who has dominions, someone who is in government. To be lord over, lordship over. A Christian woman, a man. So now we understand why our sisters are walking around here thinking they men, thinking they can be a man. Now we know what we need to do to get these curses off our people, off our brothers and our sisters alike. To get our sisters to go back to being real women and get our brothers to being real men. There's power in these here words. And we just can't be throwing these words around because they is socially acceptable and they look good and they sound good. And you hear everybody using it. So you think they're supposed to apply to you too? No, they don't. We know what a man is now. We know what a woman is, according to the scripture. Now, that's all I had on this class. If anybody else want to go into it, maybe go a little further, touch on something that I probably didn't touch on good enough, and we could do that if we had time for it. But that's all I have tonight on Every Thug Got a Lady. That's all I got on that. And it's a damn shame. But this is what it takes to wake our people up. You got some, brother? You got some?
I'm gonna bring out going back to the definition you was asking everybody earlier.
Yes, sir.
With the definition of a woman.
Yes, sir.
Go back to Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And the Lord God said, "It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." Right. So a woman is a helpmeet for the man.
Yes, sir.
So let's pull this out right here. Right. This is go back to Genesis chapter 3 and verse 10. No. Genesis chapter 3 and in verse 12. And the man said, and this verse 11, and he said, "Who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?" And the man said, "The woman whom thou gavest me to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." So this is talking about the woman. This is how you know she's to help me. The Lord created, because the Lord says not good for a man to be alone. The Lord created a help me for Adam. And nowadays, a lot of our sisters don't want to be a help me. They don't want to fulfill that job that the Lord obligated them to be. So let's go to this scripture right quick, man. Let's go to this Salakia found. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 6. Because even our foremother Sarah, she obeyed. So that's what a help me do. A help me obey the woman, obey the man. That's obey their master or the Lord or the boss, whoever. That's what it helped me do. Let's get it. It's first Peter chapter 3 and verse 6. Let's go to verse 5. For after this manner in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adore themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. That's really what a woman is supposed to be, subjection to her own husband, a helpmeet. Just like the women of old. Verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well. Right? So you could be called the daughter of Sarah as long as you implement the same desires that Sarah did for Abraham. She obeyed him. So that's really a woman that obey her husband, not go against him, not with strife and beguiling him and envy. You're not trying to be competition with him. Who got the most money, who got the biggest bank account, who name on the property, who this and that. A woman is a person that obeys her husband. That's what it is. That's what's going into, just like Sarah did. It says this, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, right? The children of Israel, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement, right? So long as you do well and not be afraid of any amazement, do any old foolish thing, look, you are a woman, when you obey your husband. That was my thing.
Just like the brother said, if you obey your husband, he a man in righteousness, he leading you according to the scripture in the Lord, and you don't want to obey him. It's real funny that the words for ladies are right next to the word dog. I don't think that's by chance. See? Lady, dog. I don't think that's by chance. See? They probably want to show that their word is connected to those other words. I think they might just be. So we know what a lady who don't want a person who don't want to obey her husband and fighting against him. He in the word, in the scripture, doing what he can to wake his people up, and she fighting against him. We know what she gonna be. What she gonna be? Y'all know that word out there. Y'all know what that is. And it's real. It's too coincidental, ain't it? But that do you right next to the word dog. Figuratively or literally or figuratively, dog. It's right next to that word. Now, we're not saying that that's what it is, but I don't think it's right next to it by chance. See? Y'all take that how you want to take it. But we bringing out the word of the Most High to you to wake you up. to get our people to come back to keep the commandments of the Most High, because we are sick of this abominable behavior that our sisters and brothers are engaged in. Those beautiful sisters out there thinking y'all men, y'all is sisters. All right, get rid of the masculinity. All right, get rid of the pantsuit or whatever. Pray to the Most High to take away your disgusting, lustful behavior to where you lusting after our sisters. You a sister yourself. Come back to keep the commandments of the Most High, so the Most High can cleanse you of your wicked thoughts. So you can start having a desire to study this word and have a desire to be married to a man of the Most High, instead of trying to take sisters away from men. And brothers, stop thinking that you're a man because you got a job or you got money. You're doing anything and everything in wickedness to get it. You're not no man because of that. Gird your loins up. Keep the commandments of the Most High. All right? And keep the commandments of the Most High and fear him. And keep his commandment, then you'll be a man, bro. And you'll get that righteous sister that the Most High got for you, who will view you as a man, who will respect you as a man. And you will know what it's like to be a man. So anybody else got anything else they like to bring forth on this? All right, well, my name Brother Abaya.
Brother Ananias.
Brother Yakub.
Brother Ezekiel. Brother Sloan.
Brother Benaiah.
We are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And we have our beautiful sisters here, and we have a little children here with us as well. And we are the Awakening of Israel, because that's what we have got to do to come back to regain our nation. We got to wake up to these commandments and join in with doing what the Most High say do. And you can do the same thing out there, brothers and sisters. Whether you join with us, you can join with any group out there. There's actually an army of the Most High fighting for him and fighting for his word. And with that, I say, Shalom and Kwam Yasha.
Kwam
Kwam
Yasha.
Yasha.